One wrong throttle input out here and the desert takes the wheel. This is the Rub al Khali, and the Defender 130 has to earn every meter.
The empty quarter isn't a place you drive through. It's a place you survive with discipline and planning.
Capability in deep desert starts before the engine turns. Weight, balance, water, and recovery tools. In a landscape with no roads, navigation is a skill, because wrong direction can mean no return.
In soft sand, traction begins with flotation. Tire pressure is your first off-road control.
Out here, even your footprints fade. The desert constantly resets the world.
Low range isn't about speed. It's about control. Torque delivered smoothly, without panic.
In dunes, too slow means you sink. Too fast means you lose the line. The sweet spot is everything.
The most dangerous part of a dune isn't climbing it. It's what you can't see on the other side.
Downhill in soft sand is a test of restraint. Braking too hard can bury you instantly.
The empty quarter is never flat. It's a constant texture of motion.
Desert performance is thermal performance, engine cooling, cabin comfort, and human endurance.
Fine sand finds every gap. Good preparation keeps the desert out of the places it can destroy.
The 130 carries more, and in sand, every extra kilogram changes how you crest and recover.
Sand doesn't resist like rock. It collapses, and that collapse can steal momentum instantly. Ridge driving is balance, too far left or right, and gravity becomes the loudest voice.
In soft sand, sharp steering is a shovel. Smooth steering is survival.
Bowls reward momentum and patience. Brake mid-arc, and you'll feel the sand grab back.
In the desert, stopping is a decision. Restarting is the test. Recovery isn't force, it's reducing resistance, so the vehicle can climb out instead of fighting.
Simple tools beat brute strength when the ground itself is unstable.
The best recoveries look boring, because control is what keeps you moving.
Wheel spin wastes energy. Controlled spray means the tire is working, not begging. Not all flat ground is safe. Salt flats can hide mud that swallows heavy vehicles silently.
In the empty quarter, you verify terrain like a scientist, because assumption is how you get stuck. On questionable ground, the fastest route is the one you can actually finish. Side slopes are a trust exercise. Grip, balance, and the driver's ability to stay calm.
In blind terrain, a good spotter is an extension of your eyes and your margins.
Some climbs are possible only when the line is perfect and the throttle is disciplined. In deep sand, commitment is not aggression, it's consistency.
The goal isn't to fly. The goal is to stay planted and keep the route alive. Every dune has many exits. Only one of them is friendly to a long wheelbase vehicle.
A longer body carries more and rides smoother, but it demands smarter angles over sharp crests.
Off-road capability includes the people. Heat fatigue makes bad decisions feel normal. In the empty quarter, visibility is a tool. Clean sightlines keep you reading terrain early. You don't wait for trouble to unpack your tools. You prepare before the ground turns against you.
The desert leaves clues. If you can read them, you drive smarter than the sand. In desert light, the terrain becomes readable, and the dangers become beautiful.
Real off-road capability isn't a brochure line. It's tire pressure discipline, smooth torque control, smart recovery, and the courage to slow down when the dunes demand it.
At night, the desert gets quieter and more deceptive. The same dunes feel steeper in the dark.
Out here, the sky is your roof, and the vehicle is your lifeline.
Cooler sand can feel like extra grip, but it still punishes impatience.
Windward faces can be faster until they aren't. The boundary between firm and soft is always moving.
The desert hides traps in plain sight, soft pockets that steal momentum in a heartbeat.
Sometimes the fastest fix is to reset, back out, change the angle, and save the tires.
When visibility ends, ego ends too. You stop, you check, you continue.
Valleys feel safe until you realize every exit is a climb.
The empty quarter can change its mood without warning. Visibility becomes a limited resource.
In a sand-laced wind, comfort becomes safety. A clear mind is a safer driver.
Desert travel is logistics. The machine needs fuel, and humans need water. Both are non-negotiable.
Clearance isn't a luxury in dunes. It's how you avoid dragging the belly and losing momentum. Sharp crests punish long vehicles, unless the driver treats the ridge like a blade. In a bowl, rhythm matters. A stable arc keeps the tires floating instead of digging.
Braking in sand creates a wall you push against. Too much brake becomes an anchor.
A longer vehicle can still dance, if you accept patience as part of the technique.
The best electronic assistance feels invisible. Only the steady forward motion tells you it's working.
Even parking is technique in dunes. Gravity never stops negotiating.
The smartest recovery is the one you never have to perform, because your plan avoided the trap. Slip faces are beautiful and unforgiving. The rule is simple: never guess.
The desert rewards precision. Place the tire correctly, and the ground stops fighting.
The desert plays tricks. Your eyes lie first, then your confidence follows. In dunes, wheel placement is steering. The tire writes your path into the surface.
Not every moment is a climb. Sometimes endurance is the challenge. Hours of steady, careful progress.
In extreme heat, you don't just drive the terrain, you manage the machine.
The empty quarter is persistent. Maintenance is not optional. It's part of the drive.
Late-day dunes are calmer, but fatigue is higher. That's when mistakes try to enter the story. In the empty quarter, the vehicle is shelter, storage, and the promise of movement tomorrow. In remote desert, organization is safety. Loose gear becomes damage at speed.
Tire pressure is dynamic. You adapt to terrain, or terrain adapts you, violently. The last kilometers are where fatigue tries to bargain. The driver must refuse. When the technique is right, the desert stops feeling like an enemy and becomes a surface you understand.
The desert leaves a stamp on everything that survives it.
Capability isn't just climbing a dune. It's crossing an entire world of them.
Deep desert demands attention for hours. The hardest part is staying sharp when everything looks the same.
The desert doesn't end suddenly. It loosens its grip slowly, one texture at a time.
Tires record every mistake. A clean sidewall means the day was driven with respect.
Desert capability lasts only if you maintain it. Fine sand is patient and destructive. The empty quarter is harsh, but it rewards the machines and people who move with patience. One impressive dune means nothing. Real capability is repeating success for hours.
A long-body 4x4 has to do two jobs: carry the load and hold the line.
The fastest part of the day is over. What remains is proof: tracks, dust, and a vehicle that made it through.
The desert doesn't chase you. It simply waits, unchanged, unbothered, and always ready for the next test.
The empty quarter charges a price. The receipt is written in sand and scuffs.
In the Rub al Khali, capability is measured in control, tire pressure, smooth torque, smart lines, and recovery discipline.